Well, it's a very special Thursday edition of Trick My Tractor here on your Market Day Report. The Vintage Tractor Pulling Nationals presented by Ram Trucks is taking place in Louisville this November. Freedom Hall and Tom McConnell introduce us to a family of tractor pullers.
This week on Trick My Tractor ought to be, well, Trick My Tractors, and they're all green. We're here in Osgood, Indiana with the Vintage Tractor Pulling Association. This is a qualifier event for the Vintage Tractor Nationals that are going to take place November 17th and 18th in Louisville, Kentucky, the world famous Freedom Hall, the birthplace of indoor tractor pulling. But when the tractor pull started there, was muscle tractors like this that was the foundation of indoor and modern tractor pulling. And at this event, well, we're going to feature all this classic iron, and irons like this, a 60-30 John Deere. 3 generations of pullers here right now. Chris Linville, you've got your father here, your son, and this 60-30. How many tractors, first of all, do you have entered here for this qualifier at Freedom Hall?
Tom, there are 8 tractors entered here this evening for the qualifier with our family, between the 3 of us.
How many years has your family been pulling tractors?
Oh, Lord, Dad was pulling in the 70s. My grandpa was pulling in the 50s and 60s. So I guess since probably the early 1950s till now.
Well, tell us about this tractor, because it's restored, but it was like it came to you in pieces and you took an old tractor and restored it back a little bit for restoration, but you still farm with this, right?
Yes. The actual story behind this tractor, a neighbor of ours to the north about 5 miles bought this tractor years ago. And I told him if he ever wanted to sell it, to remember me. Well, the gentleman passed away, but his wife remembered that conversation. And the tractor had got somewhat rough. It had been sitting around and not used, and we got it, spoke with her, and was able to buy it, and Zach actually drove it home. And I don't know how many dollars and hours we spent. We had a hired man that helped us tremendously. He spent days inside the cab. We like to have show tractors, don't get me wrong, but they're no fun if you can't use them. So we hook this tractor to a disc, a chisel plow, a ripper, get it out in the spring, exercises, same thing in the fall. We take it to shows, and then we bring it to things like this also.
Chris, you have pulled super stock tractors, you've pulled light pro stocks, and you've pulled farm stocks. But the farm stocks are the slowest, yet you have a lot of fun. What's fun about pulling a farm stock tractor?
It's just nice to come here as you see the crowd around here with your neighbors and know that there was not much preparation. You unhooked the tractor from what it was hooked to at home, you drove it up here, and it's the driver that makes the difference.
For more information on tickets and how you can pull your tractor in Louisville, visit the Vintage Tractor Pullers Association at vintagepullers.com.